What would you say if I told you that I could predict the future? See, I knew you were going to say that, but I can prove it. And I can prove it just using these four queens: the Queen of Clubs, the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Spades, and the Queen of Hearts. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to name any one that you'd like. The Queen of Hearts? I think that's a great choice, because you'll notice that all the queens in my hand have exactly the same colored back for the exception of one, and that one happens to be the Queen of Hearts. But I do know what you're thinking now. You're thinking, what if you hadn't picked the Queen of Hearts? What if you had picked, oh, I don't know, let's say you picked the Queen of Spades. Then I would have to show you that all the cards in my hand are exactly the same for the exception of one, and that one would be the Queen of Spades. But let's say you hadn't picked that queen either. Let's say you'd picked the Queen of Diamonds. Then I would have had to show you that all the cards in my hand were exactly the same for the exception of one, and that would have had to have been the Queen of Diamonds. Of course, you get the idea now. It doesn't matter which queen you name. Queen of Clubs, for example, all of the cards in my hand are going to be exactly the same for the exception of one, and that's going to be the queen that you name. Now, people ask me how I do that, and it's very simple. I cheat. Now, most people respond with stunned silence, kind of like now. And that's fine, except that it leaves me with no oddback cards at all the queens being exactly the same, which, if you think about it, isn't very magical at all. I think it's much more magical if you actually have an odd card. Now, this isn't an odd card. This is exactly the same as the other four queens I have in my hand. But if you think about it, that's kind of odd. Actually, I think the best way to do this trick is to have two of each, and make sure you shut off your phone so that nobody calls right in the middle of your trick.